All right, we got week 17 tonight. Cowboys and Titans and, Dallas Cowboys essentially are locked into the 5 spot. You've got the Titans, their game next week against the Jaguars is for everything. So here's what Tennessee's doing. And it's smart. I can't even argue it. You can't yell and scream about, I bought a ticket to this game. I want to see certain guys play. Shut up. Because the game's irrelevant. It doesn't matter what they do, because even if they beat the Cowboys, they're not going to. They still have to beat Jacksonville next week. Same with the Jaguars. So you've got kind of this dichotomy right now of one team's already in the playoffs, locked into most likely the 5 seed. The other team has a game next week that determines if they're playing postseason football. So what do? Well, if you're the Titans, you don't play anybody. They've already ruled 8 of their starting 22 out for the game, and that doesn't even include Derrick Henry, who's listed as doubtful, but he ain't playing. So you're basically going to rally the troops, get everybody all set. There you see the list of guys that aren't playing, and the injuries, who knows? Some are real, some aren't real, doesn't matter. It's the right thing to do. You are trying to get into the playoffs. This game is irrelevant. And people can yell and scream about competitive balance and fantasy football implications and gambling implications. It don't matter. The goal is to get into the tournament, right? And the Tennessee Titans are being smart. There's nothing they can do against the Dallas Cowboys tonight that's going to help them get into the postseason. So why put guys at risk? Going to that game against Jacksonville, who you played against and lost a couple weeks ago, as healthy as possible.
Yeah, you don't do it. You sit your guys out and you have them play in what will be a playoff game come week 18. It's the most important game for them this year. They win and they're in. They lose and they're out.
Now, the Cowboys side of it's a little different, only from the standpoint that, if the Eagles lost to the Saints and the Giants and the Cowboys won out, the Dallas Cowboys, they still wouldn't be guaranteed the 1 seed because San Francisco would have designs on that only with 4 losses, but they could win the division. Now, Dallas has to play tonight. And tonight's game, I think, for Dallas is, you have a chance to kind of feel better about your defense after today. And even though the rhetoric's going to be, hey, you just dominated a bad team playing all their backups, the Cowboy defense is letting up 30 points plus a game over the last 3 weeks against teams like the Texans, the Jaguars, and, of course, the Eagles this past holiday. So, for me, I think the Dallas Cowboys play it straight. Now, if you have a big lead late, maybe they put Cooper Rush in. You protect Dak, you take Ezekiel out, Pollard, et cetera. But from a defensive standpoint, I think the Cowboys are suspect now because of what they've done the last 3 weeks. So this is a great opportunity, if nothing else, than to feel good about yourself going into the last week of the regular season and then ultimately the playoffs.
Yeah, this defense hasn't looked good, and to be honest, Dak has thrown interceptions in consecutive games, pick sixes in consecutive games. And so for me, I think when you look at the Cowboys and what they need to do is play a clean football on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, this should be a 30-3 type of game.
Yeah, they better be. They've looked good either defensively and offensively they struggled, or offensively and defensively then they struggled. Going into the postseason, this team has a chance to have a deep run. If both parts of the ball are playing at their highest level. You do not take this game like the Titans will be approaching this game. You go out there and you play your guys and get a lead, then you fall back.
Yeah, fourth quarter, you want to start taking Micah Parsons off and guys like that. Totally get it. But it's not as if the Cowboys haven't playing this great smash mouth defensive football. They haven't. And you're a week away from, all right, we're playing week 1 of the playoffs, we're not getting a bye. So we want to make sure we get things right. And as you guys know, there's a lot to be said about going into that first playoff game just feeling good. Mentally, feeling like, all right, whatever problems we had in December, we put those to rest. We ended the season playing really good defensively because they're not winning a Super Bowl without, this defense playing, the way they played the first 6-7 weeks of the year, which was a top 10 defense. They're not that right now.
Yeah, they're not.
This is currently a game that has a minus 12 point spread.
Yeah.
Does this have any chance of being a trap game?
No. It's
None at
not
all.
a trap. No.
Yeah.
I will do a gambling tutorial for all of you.
I know you will.
Because your picks stink.
They do.
Yeah,
They're very,
so maybe
very
if
bad.
you guys want every Friday or Monday or Tuesday or Thursday or Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Michael, come drive the car with Apollonia, no! Godfather.
Yes.
You're not kidding. No. It's not a trap game. A trap game is what I gave you last time,
Yes.
which I was right about.
You were.
When the Eagles didn't cover against the Bears.
They sure didn't.
Like, I give you pearls. What you guys do, that's your business, not mine.
That's right.
I don't gamble
You guys,
anymore.
staff.
All right. So now here's the deal. So the Titans aren't playing anybody.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys are going to play it out, right? So the Jaguars, let's go to them. Although they don't play till Sunday, the Jaguars are in the same exact spot they play the Texans that the Titans are in. Do you suddenly rest guys if you're Jacksonville? Turn the clock back 2 years. Final game of the regular season. Philadelphia Eagles are playing his last game coaching the Eagles. The New York Giants are sitting at home at 6-10. If the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Washington football team, I think they were called at the time, guess what? The New York Giants go to the playoffs. In the second half of that game, Doug Pederson
he did.
took a rookie Jalen Hurts out of the game because he made a promise to his third-string quarterback that he would give him real NFL action if he could during the regular season. He pulled Jalen Hurts out, and there was a fight on the Eagles sideline saying, what are we doing? We're giving up. And that's what he did. He traded giving a third-string quarterback action for the win. And in doing so, Doug Pederson kept the Giants, now look, they were 6-10, out of the playoffs. So you cannot say there's no such thing as meaningless games or what he just said there. Because 2 years ago, you treated the last game of the season like a meaningless game and didn't give Jalen Hurts more reps and threw competitive play out the window, and it cost the Giants a playoff berth. You rotten scoundrel. All right? So you cannot say that because that's a bold-faced lie. That being said, if you're the Jaguars and you never make the playoffs since, I don't know, Ever, right? Ever. I was trying to think of a player that played for them.
Brunell.
Mark Brunell.
Yes.
Yeah, that went well.
Stop it. The Jags were in the postseason. What?
Jags went to an AFC championship.
Exactly.
Yes, they did. They beat the Denver Broncos, if you remember that year, as a wild card team. You're
lost
like,
to the
ooh, Tom Coughlin's really good. That being said, if you're the Jaguars, you got to keep playing. You don't have the resume to take a week off. You're a game away from not playing in the postseason, and things are going well for you. You want to build on that. Still a young quarterback, still a young team, and I think you do exactly what Doug Pederson's saying. You play this out like it's real.
Yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they've won their last 3. Trevor Lawrence has looked really good. He's starting to really come into his own as a young elite quarterback in this league. You allow him to ride that, potentially going in to make this playoff push. You don't sit your guys because you're
not good enough to sit your guys anyway.
You're not good enough, and you play for a different reason. Like, I understand they can lose this game and then win week 18, but this is a team that's 7-8. Like, they haven't been on the winning side, like above 500 in a few years.
Right.
Like,
by the way,
you have
they
an
were
opportunity to
left
do
for
that.
dead 2 months ago.
Correct.
We thought it was going to be another embarrassing Jaguar season, and to their credit, they've turned it around. They're also benefiting, let's be honest. They're not 13-3. They're benefiting from a weak division also. Yeah. Like, the winner of this division is going to, at best, have 9 wins. Like, barely be over 500. So, let's slow our roll a little bit, but that's why you play this game out.
And up until recently, like, the Houston Texans, their only win was against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
There you go. Look at you. See? You get that kind of service anywhere else? Like, those kinds of facts, like, do you get it anywhere else? No. I don't think you do. The Texans have 1 win. Who was it against?
It was against the Jacksonville Jaguars, but they
you're suspect now.
they just beat the Tennessee Titans.
So they have you say so.
They have 2 wins.
Hey there! Thank you so much for watching the Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.